Ladies and gentlemen, behind me are the 4 best cars of the year. Now keep in mind that here at TFL we drive every new car, and these cars represent that special, unique alchemy that takes place when a car is not just practical and well built and interestingly styled, but actually fun to drive.
Roman?
Yeah.
There is nothing behind you.
Silly Billy, we're gonna do this in TFL fashion, and of course, count them down from 4 to 1. I'm not gonna give away the plot. At number 4 is this brand new 2022 Mini SE. Now the SE stands for the fact that it's electric, and unlike most electric cars, this is not a toaster with 4 wheels. Let me explain. Sometimes great cars are engineered, and sometimes they're just kismet. In other words, a fortuitous accident. And I think that's what happened with this new Mini SE. Mini refreshed it for 2022, and they kept kind of the magic ingredient that makes it so great. Now, why it's a fortuitous accident is because this is not a ground-up electric car. It uses, well, the i3 drivetrain that's been kind of stuck underneath a BMW i's Mini. And what you get with a little bit more ground clearance, a little more suspension because of the added battery weight, and this instant torque is a Mini that harkens back to what Minis used to be, which is, well, go-karts that are street legal. And this car is such a hoot to drive. In fact, it is so much fun to drive that we had a Tesla Model Y for a year, and I never took it for a joyride. I picked this up in Albuquerque with Tommy, drove it all the way back here, 500 miles to Colorado, and then that night I took it for a joyride. It's that much fun to drive. Now, you might be saying, it's only got a range of 114 miles, and that is nowhere near enough. Well, I would say that if 114 miles of range isn't enough for your daily use or daily commute, you're probably, let's face it, a long-haul trucker. Because for most people, 114 miles, and I believe that Mini is sandbagging that. We're gonna do a range test on it, but I think it's more like 140 miles when it's real world range. And, well, let's pull up to the next car on our list, the number 3 car. At number 3 on our list is the brand new Acura TLX Type S. Now, if you don't like this car because it has 4 doors and it's basically a sporty sedan, well, then you're a sedanist. Yep, that's right, I went there. You are, my friend, a sedanist. Just because a car has 4 doors and a trunk doesn't make it any less sporty, doesn't make it any less fun, doesn't make it any less driver engaging than if it has 2 doors or, well, if it lost or 3 doors. 355 turbocharged horsepower, all-wheel drive, and exhaust pipes that look like they could shoot a rocket to the moon. The most fun sedan I have driven in a long time. Acura took the essence of the NSX with its super handling all-wheel drive and its very quick, very agile character, and somehow infused it into an affordable 4-door sedan that you can drive every day. This is the kind of car that you can take to the track and then bring your mom to church, and it will be just as comfortable, just as at home. Plus, the fit and finish on this vehicle, the attention to detail. The steering wheel is like no other sedan on the market. If you want a vehicle that will take you around a corner quickly and the ultimate in all-road capability, then this is the vehicle to do that. There's nothing else on the market except maybe for the Kia Stinger, which unfortunately is going away. So for all you Stinger fans, you have a new vehicle that you can lease. And now the number 2 vehicle is, well, it's not a car. At number 2 on our list is, well, a muscle truck. I mean, what else do you call a truck with the heart of a muscle car? With this TRX, Ram has redefined what a truck can and should be. Let me explain. Now, once upon a time, an American pickup truck was, let's face it, a tractor with a bed. Now, I know all you guys and gals out there who've driven the classic Chevys and Fords will be like, yeah, the F-100 or the F1 was such a wonderful old truck. I've driven those trucks. No power steering, no air conditioning, no power, and certainly no fun. I mean, these were work tools. But now with the TRX, you have what is in essence a Baja truck on steroids. I have driven, and I'm saying that a lot because, well, it's true. Every version of the Hellcat power plant in every version of car that, well, FCA now Stellantis has put it into. And by far, this is the best. You put 702 supercharged horsepower under the hood of a very large, very off-road capable vehicle, and you get magic, because now you have a vehicle that will do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. It will tow 8,100 pounds, which for most of us is plenty, unless of course you're, once again, a long-haul trucker. It will ride in absolute comfort because of the adaptive suspension. So I love this in custom mode, which is, well, just like my dad's old Lincoln Continental Mark V. It just wallows down the highway. It has more cup holders than, well, a minivan, or at least as many. And best of all, you can see over every other car, and you could put BMWs to shame at the stoplight. And best of all, it has an exhaust sound that, well, is like God laughing. It is just an incredible vehicle that reinvents and reimagines what a truck could be. But there is one more car, the number one car, the most interesting and I think best car of the year, and that is not a truck. Well, it's really not even a car. Let me show you. Jeep folk get really upset when you call the Wrangler a car because, like a truck, it's body on frame, but like a car, it's a convertible. So what will Bronco folk get upset about when you call this a car? Because the number one car on our list is simply the new Bronco. Of course, this is the Ford Bronco. When you think about it, Ford could have really, screwed this car up big time. Oh, truck? No, this Bronco up big time. And that's because it had such a high bar to clear. The Wrangler has sold almost 250,000 units over the last year. And that is mind-blowing. And yet, Ford went and benchmarked the Wrangler and said, the Wrangler is really good at the approach angle, the departure angle, the breakover angle, so we're gonna go just a little bit better. And they succeeded. They made a vehicle that is as good as a Wrangler off-road, but yet even better on-road because they gave it independent suspension up front. They also rethought what an off-roader could be by doing things that, well, the Wrangler should have been doing from the start. And that includes giving customers 35s from the factory, giving us a power seat, giving customers more room inside, or at least the appearance of more room by making it a little bit wider, and most importantly, living up to the hype that is the Ford Bronco. Now, that's not saying that a Jeep Wrangler is a slouch or in any way less of a vehicle than this. This is just Ford's take on the Wrangler, but it's a darn good take. And at the end of the day, the thing that really makes this vehicle stand out is just how well Ford managed to integrate its heritage and the off-road ability, and yet combine it with on-road ability to create a car that has this incredible bandwidth where you can use it on the highway, you could use it off-road, you could customize it, and you could take it to a car show and be the star of that show. Now behind me are...
I see what you did there, Roman.
Like I was saying, Matt, now behind me are the 4 best cars of the year so far. And to prove how important and how great these cars are, we have in fact put our money where our mouth is. Yep, we own 3 of the 4 cars back there. That's how confident we are that these vehicles, because, well, the truck's a truck and the Bronco's a Bronco, are that good. They will serve you very well. So if you're looking for something that will not only be a great everyday commuter, but something that will put a huge smile on your face at the end of the day, and you've got the budget for any of these four, you will not go wrong. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car Truck Off-Road. Check out all those websites for more news, views, and real-world reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.